talking, Weezy, producer, we high seducer, every hoe walk through the door, show. I laugh at bitches that done play me. Oh my God, baby, you nothing, boy, you crazy. Ain't no I owe you nothing. No lean on the key, bitch, I paid you. She gon' get geeked up when she lazy. I don't rock it if I don't make it. No teeth, she placing.
The intensity, the ball skills that he has.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
He has like that real dog savage mentality, and I know a lot of players say that, and everyone likes to think that of themselves, but like he really has that in him.
Jordan Poyer having an all-pro season this year at strong safety for the Bills.
We like that! Stop sleeping! You heard it, man! Stop sleeping!
Growing up, I really didn't want to be around alcohol like that just because I saw how my parents were, you know, coming home from practice and, you know, both of them being, you know, having drinks, and I wanted to stay as far away from that as possible because I really saw it firsthand, but obviously didn't last very long. Yeah, I think it started in college. Coming from here, you could say I was kind of sheltered. I told you earlier, parents were pretty strict. I didn't get away with a whole lot. Never really went out and partied. And so I kind of got to college and was a little culture shocked of, it was, I was a young 18-year-old dude with light eyes and light skin. The girls were everywhere. I was on the football team, and it was party, drinking all the time. That's just what it was, and at the time, I always tell people at the time, you never really realize, at the time, I'm drinking, I'm getting faded all the time, and just waking up the next day, and I'm young, I'm able to go to my workouts, but at the time, you're not really realizing, what it's doing to your body, physically, mentally, and you're just drinking for fun at the time, of course, but, I definitely believe that later on it caught up to me to where I stopped using it for fun. I stopped going out with my friends, and even though it was a problem when I could just go out with my friends and get hammered and just be blacked out, that was a huge problem. But I wasn't using alcohol then like I was when I realized it was a problem, if that makes sense. We all struggle with things. We all have our demons. I couldn't just have that one glass of wine. And when I drank wine, I didn't drink it like, like they do on TV shows and stuff. I drink that thing, like pour up the next one. I would give myself an excuse. It's like, oh, it runs in my family's blood. It's just who I am. Like, how the frick did I play at the level that I was playing at while I was doing that? I had 4 picks one year when I was drinking every other day. There was a time I hit rock bottom in the off season after the Houston game. I was still depressed and sad from the way we lost to Houston and just the way that I performed, and so I just felt like, every day, wake up, drink, forget about it. One day I woke up, started drinking this wine, and by 12 o'clock, 1, I was just absolutely lit. Leah's nap time, we get Leah up to the bed, and Leah and I both fall asleep. And I remember her tapping me, Daddy, wake up, let's go play. And, I rolled over, and as I opened my eyes, dude, I couldn't move. Like, my body was just stuck. I woke up the next day just embarrassed, just disappointed. I just feel like as a father, I should be there all the time for her. And at that moment, I wasn't.
My original sobriety date was March 7th, and I couldn't do it. At that time, I couldn't do it. I didn't know how. And then it was almost like that was the last straw. It was like something in me was just like, dude, this is it. And so I started going to AA. I started just talking to people. I went to counseling. Right. I really just started having conversations, and then I started to shift my perspective on how I saw alcohol, you know, and and what it was doing to my body every time I drank it. And then I just started to really, you know, I look at it as poison now. Like, why would I put poison into my body? Like, why would I do that to myself and or to my mind, you know? Because you know, like I said, I'm big on the mind, body, and soul, and you know, I really feel like, you know, our minds are such a powerful tool that, you know, when you put stuff like that into your body, like it's just suppressing your ideas, it's suppressing your creativity, it's suppressing your higher self. And so, you know, I don't want to do that. You know, I want to live in, you know, high vibrations, high frequencies, and I want to be the best version of myself all the time for my daughter. 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers had mentioned a plant medicine called ayahuasca. When he mentioned it, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know anything about it. I started researching what ayahuasca was, and you know, it's basically a plant medicine. The indigenous people, they brew them together, they make this brew, and you basically drink it, and it's a medicine that you sit with yourself. I was interested, so I went. I went last March to sit with this medicine, and I went with my wife's cousin, Logan. It was just him and I at this retreat center called Resonance in Costa Rica. I came out of this retreat as a new man with a new appreciation for life, with what I have. It's really deep spiritual work. There's more to what we understand. Going to Costa Rica really put a stamp on like everything that like I felt I needed. And really all it does is just shift your perspective and give you more gratitude for what you already, the tools we were talking about, the tools that you already have. Everything that I came out of was already the tools that I already had. I just had to learn how to tap into it.
A lot of people don't realize, you know, us as athletes, they see us as, you know, these all-stars that just can't be touched, that just don't got problems. But at the end of the day, like even us athletes that you see on Instagram, you see out there on the field, we got real life problems. So I really wanted to, you know, relate my real life problems to everybody else's and let them know, like, hey, you're not alone in this fight with addiction.